Welcome back to a penultimate day in this 40-day journey. Our goal is that we become very independent. That's the process of meditation. It's enabling us to be independently carry on our work and mission while when we are together in a group, we multiply that experience. Both are there. Breath mindfulness meditation fundamentally frees everybody up. There's no need for going into any guru. There's no need for doing special ritual. There's no need for spending money or anything. It is taken care of by itself. So we're glad that we're all in this meditation and teaching, talking about it and teaching is most certainly a great way to improve our clarity of understanding. Teaching is first for the one who is teaching, for individual self, because it's always, we know that teaching is the best form of learning. We always say that. What I found is that meditation practice by itself is intelligent and it takes care of what to be delivered through the speaker at that moment if we only trust and jump into the process. If you only trust the process that whether I had adequate preparation or not preparation, but if we jump in and then, of course, we do to our best. Anybody wanting to teach, they do to individuals' best of preparation. But then when we jump in with a lot of that overcoming that fear, which is to jump in all and do it once, and then you find that there is a conspiracy by the universal energy to actually help deliver the right thing through that individual. The challenge only comes when we feel that I'm doing it and we block. So, anyone who approaches teaching as it is for me and it is not by me, it is through me, it makes it very, very easy, by the way. The principle is there is an intent for an individual to spread this. And consciousness is awareness. What you seek and what you put as an intent is always being matched by the other side because we already have agreed that there is a super intelligence which is that is always paying attention on us, and so it is turning back and then trying to help meet our individual's desire or need that I want to teach. Manifestation works for that too, right? Because I want to teach, that is my desire to teach, and so depending on the sincerity and depending on how how doubtless one is, it is going to happen. It is absolutely possible even when we're talking about it. Okay, these people are busy. So when I mention to them, anyway, let me mention to them, it may not work, but still let me mention to them. Yeah, but they are always into a lot of partying, so I don't think they will learn. But okay, I'll mention to them. If this inner dialogue goes, that means we doubt the whole creation process, the model. And so our efforts are only so much at that point because what we said is what we create. This is happened last time too. What we said is what we create. So teaching is a great way for us to learn. Spreading the word, to just tell others, we have to have enough clarity. So, and that's what happens. Clarity develops and our experiences come back. And every time we narrate our own experience, then we are contemplating on it. Every time we narrate our own experience, we're contemplating on it, which will always go back and then make us find a new point. Oh, true. I saw that energy form last time. What did that mean? When we are teaching, and since the meditation is so simple and it is for everybody, and we are teaching, we can make it in simple, plain, straight languages, no complications. We give adequate time for practicing meditation as we understood without having that analytical mind off. It is tough for somebody to take on anything that we give as a knowledge because those beliefs are so strongly formed, they have to be weakened first. The beliefs have to be weakened, the old beliefs, and then so what we given can be taken. So there has to be adequate meditation. And of course, it is supported by when we do meditation, we're accessing this intelligence. So it is also in reciprocating with certain information or a benefit in the form of health, in the form of synchronicity. So there is more and more trust that develops. And so then, whatever wisdom that we can provide is naturally can be adopted. And we, in every meditation session that we are holding, we allow, the format is pretty much simple. We want people to share and share and share, maximum encouraging people to share is a great way of moving the group ahead. The group moves when they are given a choice and then they need to express so that we actually develop. For every group, it is a different set of questions, but we can easily develop it, easily make the group move forward by encouraging to share. Maximum time for meditation, adequate time for sharing, adequate time for sharing. And teaching is absolutely helping individually for us to go and learn more things. And so we go back and then talk about emphasis on the books, reading. So, dear friends, teaching or creating awareness, if we approach it with no wavering of the mind, no doubt in the mind, when we approach it with no doubt and no wavering, and then what do we have to lose? Even to visualize that, yes, I'm today meeting these people, I'm going to talk about this with full positive idea or emotion. Visualization can be used for it. Every time we talk to somebody, we can actually simply take a 2 minute visualize, however tough that we think that opponent or the other person is, that may be receptive, not receptive, but we can at least be positive in our mind before we're telling, because then efforts are multiplied. Our efforts have a lot more result. We always personalize it. The best thing is our experience reaches heart, our talk reaches mind. So our experience reaches heart and then goes to the mind. So personalizing it, then sharing our own experience is fundamental in meditation practice. That's one thing that I really found this process, this process of teaching, and then Patri's way of encouraging this is that we talk about our own experience, no fake stuff. Over a period of time, we will transcend much of the knowledge. You may not have an individual direct experience, but you have so much enough understanding because you're transcending through meditation that, yes, you're speaking about things that you may not have physically experienced, but yes, will definitely experience throughout our meditation. So in either way, then you have so much conviction. So sharing our own experience always is very powerful. Personalize it, nothing to hide, right? Nothing to hide. Hiding is only to manage people, right? So what if I was arrogant before and then now became better? So what if I was egoistic before and I became better? So what if somebody makes up a judgment on us? We probably don't need such people. If somebody is making a judgment on us or a dime, you toss a coin, and if it is only that long it takes for someone to say that, oh, okay, so this person is this way, we perhaps don't need them in our life anyway, because we'll continuously be managing those people all the time. So, dear friends, and we don't have to be, especially leadership, when we are working, when we are initiating sessions, sometimes very few people show up. A large number of people don't show up because meditation is only taken based on the group's evolution. But it does not matter. Quality versus quantity is very, very important, because I have seen many people, when we start, or after some days, the group shortens, becomes smaller. When that becomes smaller, we feel like, okay, so I'm spending time, it's not happening, so it's not efficient, and then we simply pull back. Perseverance matters. Quantity does not matter in meditation at all. You can make the other person, even if one person is there, that person can become a Buddha and do tremendous amount of meditation work, tremendous amount of service. So I really, really realized that quantity does not matter at all in the practice of meditation, in promoting meditation and creating awareness. Like Karthikeyan sir says, one tree planted are through SVB. So many have come automatically. It's like that. In my personal experience, Lawrence Gohad Jolly did so much of teaching. Just one that I needed to focus. I never got discouraged. Sometimes in my meditation sessions at IBM, when I would do every Monday, I was there. That's it. 2, 3 occasions only I was there. And then many occasions, the engineers were not there. Some of the support staff only were there. but we never left. We wanted to continue as a process. And because now some of them are actually teaching now. One of them is HR manager is gone into teaching. Another is a marketing director is also teaching. It doesn't matter whether it is the best person that we think should latch on. It doesn't matter for meditation because it's fundamentally everybody is seeking their own experience. It has nothing to do with the current intelligence of somebody. Accessibility is another very important aspect, dear friends. Again, all of this is for our own growth. When we are accessible, whether it is a student calling, whether it is a young director calling, or a very senior person calling, having that accessibility, providing to the best of our ability, providing that accessibility so that people can reach out and then take from us. And every time we have an interaction, it is always expanding our wisdom and knowledge. So, dear friends, and sometimes we forget in the process of teaching, of course, like anything, when we have more and more people coming and we continue to, it's easy to miss the point that I'm doing it for everybody. We have to continue to remember it is for our own self. When they want to remember that, automatically it becomes a through me, not by me. Science of meditation, the meditation is easy, and art and science of meditation are two great books. If one reads those two books, then one can easily have any kind of understanding, and then can easily, the teacher easily can create a lot of awareness, because these books give such a simple wisdom, and then they are like the handbooks for meditation teaching, promotion, and awareness creation. So, dear friends, let's go into one more of a final meditation, one more meditation, and then we have sharing. Today, I encourage maximum for people to share as much as possible. We'll also take messages from some of our leaders. So relax yourself, sit comfortably. Those of you who are new, we are doing breath mindfulness meditation or anapanasati meditation. So friends, so as we're relaxing into this energies, as we're coming closer to the closer, of course, we've been listening to a lot of experiences. So let's share some more and take some messages. Is Arvind there? Arvind, can you briefly share about yourself?
Hello everyone. Hope all of you had a great session. I am an IT professional with close to I've been close to 20 years in the industry. I work for Cognizant, and I start meditating with the foundation from since July. I started with the corporate session, and then I realized there was a public session also happening, and gradually I moved to a state where I started attending as many sessions as possible, as the opportunity presented itself. And since last 2 3 months, I've also been volunteering, and I'm helping with the program management and the youth program out here. Coming to my experiences, it started with feeling more energies, being more calm, and sort of having being more self-expressive. Earlier, I used to hold myself back, be it in office or even in the personal life. These days, I no longer do it. One other key factor which I felt was more from an empathy perspective, where and more if you look at it in the corporate world, as part of my day-to-day job, I have to deal with lot of people-related aspects also. So a lot of times, just giving someone an ear, listening to their problems, and sort of um, probably helping them solve it itself goes a long way in sort of building your team. And as part of this thing, through the volunteering, like I interact with so many people that I mean, it has just expanded the network and the concept of you can say the oneness or whatever, where we work towards a common goal.
Thank you. What are you doing, Arvind, for foundation?
Foundation, I'm doing multitude of other things, but predominantly supporting from the program management across all the types of programs, and also driving the youth program, working closely with Balasundram sir and other leaders also, Bafna sir and others.
Wonderful. Renuka, madam, please.
I hope you all can hear me. Good morning, everyone here. Good
Yes, we can
morning,
hear.
all the masters present here. Uh, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
I am feeling a little overwhelmed sitting here and talking to such eminent people out here, such great leaders. So I may sometimes digress. I feel, like I'm quite excited also at the same time talking to. I never visualized a thing happening like this to me. Before I begin, I would like to say some two words about what I'm doing. I'm a teacher by profession, and for the past few years, like 4 years, I've been handling only students who are have learning disabilities. So I'm concentrating on those kind of students, on those students who have learning disabilities. Now, with this new scenario of the COVID coming in and classes being online, it was a very stressful period for us, because with normal students also it is difficult to handle, but with uh, children with special needs, it has been all the more uh, you know uh, difficult for us, difficult challenging for us. And obviously, so it was every day it was getting more and more stressful. Can you just switch on the light, Jay? It was getting more and more stressful for us to handle more. The children can be handled, but it's the parents who have to be counseled and talked to. And also, that's when and the fear of going out of the house was all taking a toll on my health. Like, I started getting a little more. I started becoming hypertensed. My pressure went high, etc., etc. And my spondylitis, which was a friend of mine from past 24, 25 years, started becoming more friendly with me. So that is when, I was told about this meditation. My cousin from Bangalore, she said, I'm doing meditation. I said, really? What is it? Let me also know. And then she introduced me to the night meditation, 9 o'clock meditation, that Pyramid Valley meditation, which is conducted by, and which is being conducted by Ananti ma'am and Chandra sir and everybody. Initially, it was a little difficult for me to, get over, to come into into the stream. But eventually, I found, actually, my husband found that there are a lot of changes in me, that I've become calmer. I said, "Oh, really? I couldn't make out." And even he's got a little analytical mind. He was not into all this meditation, but he would sit along with me for just to give me company. But slowly he realized that he used to have he suffered from insomnia. So when he would wander everywhere in the night, it's only the mornings, 1 hour or something, that he would sleep. But slowly the changes started in him. He started seeing that he could sleep better. He would get up. He would get up, definitely he would get up once or twice in the night, but then it would he could go back to sleep again. And so he has also, both of us, now it's been past 5 months that we started sometime in August. And then I came to know about this morning meditation. And not being a morning person, initially it was a little difficult. But for me now, I don't need an alarm to get up in the morning and sit for the meditation. I'm so excited that every morning I've been getting up and sitting regularly. This is my second session. And the other changes that I have noticed in me is that I've become more clearer in my thoughts, more aware of what's happening around me. And I connected with Debasmita the other day, and she was when she spoke about her spondylitis. I said, yes, I do like my friends and all, but I don't like this particular friend of mine. I don't want that as a companion because it's giving me a lot of trouble. And over the period of a month now, that I have seen that I'm not, it's not there. It's maybe I have been not giving it a lot of thought, but it's not there. The spondylitis pain, the tension that I had, because the suffering that I was about to go. and consult. In fact, I consulted the doctor, and they said, no, you have to come and for the 21 days program, etc., etc. And it's to go at this particular time for a treatment was not something. And plus, I said, why spend so much money? That's when I started using, meditation to heal myself, and it's definitely much better, though it's taking a little while. I'm sure in another few more a month or so, I will be completely out of it. And another thing, the skin problems that I had suddenly vanished without any treatment. I'm becoming more aware of what's happening around. The fear that I had in me, I'm sure, I mean, we are conditioned to all this for so many years. It doesn't go away overnight. But definitely, as soon as the fear or a negative thought that comes into my mind, I I've been aware and I've been able to cut it down. And I said, no, I am not, this is not for me. And it's going. So these are the, I mean, if I can, I would like to talk a lot more on this. Being a teacher, once you give the opportunity for speaking, we definitely will go on and on and on speaking. And another thing is, I never thought that I will be able to speak in front of so many people. I was always hiding. I said, no, 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 I will not speak until and unless I've been called to. Or and suddenly, and I've been, like when Namita called up last night, and I usually visualize myself standing in front of so many people and speaking. And I used to self-talk. No, no, when somebody asks me this, I'll be telling this. And suddenly she called me last night and she said, will you speak? Earlier I would have come out with 21,000 excuses for not speaking, but this time I said, no, I would love to share what I I would like to share. I mean, a person, I don't like to share so many things, but when she called up, I said, no, 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 I visualize this, so I must uh, go ahead with this. My husband also said, no, it's a lovely opportunity to share what you have. And you are the transformation you are going through with everybody. So some else, at least, one person, somebody listening, definitely. Like I'm whenever I listen to you all, I said, "Mm, yes," especially I listen to the younger children, Vicky and Akshita. I feel like, oh God, we are just stepping. It's just the baby steps that we're still taking. They're so clear in their thoughts. And these days, for me, coming from Mumbai to Kerala was not it was a big kind of change. Here, the work culture was I used to get frustrated. Now I know how to handle those situations without getting frustrated, without, expecting too much. So, and whenever I need an answer, I sit, I close my eyes and sit. I've learned how to, and something, it automatically comes to me. I would like to. I was talking to some Jagan the other day. I would like to take this to my school and, help out the children who are not, you can't call them normal, not they are beautiful children. I would like them also to benefit out of it. So I want to start very soon, but online it's becoming a little bit of a problem because these children
We'll
are
find
not.
solutions, madam. Thank you. Thank you,
I
Renita ji.
thank you very much. Thank you very sorry for taking up such a long time, but when, as we are, thank you for reminding me. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Chandra sir, for this lovely opportunity.
Wonderful. You've taken the first step in expressing, so that's going to take us to places. Thank you so much. You
Yes,
talked about the self-talk. I think it's very important,
yes,
and
yes,
it's great.
definitely, definitely,
It's great.
definitely. Yes,
Very practical. Very practical. Love your experience, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you very much.
And I know many of you have raised hands, and then we already have some people also who have wanted to share. So if I'm not getting to you, please don't feel that we're prioritizing anybody over the other. It is just that we're just talking, and then hopefully we get to share tomorrow. We have a little master here. I see Mr. Jay Kumar Srinivasan along with you. Somebody there. So who is sharing? You are sharing, or your daughter, or who is there sharing? Let's go ahead.
Good morning, Chandra sir, everyone.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Perfect. Actually, my son wanted to talk. That's why I'm a hiding person. I don't want to talk in the public. I mean, I'm very shy or kind of not comfortable to talk in the public. I mean, he wanted to talk, so I wanted to unmute.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, so this, and to share my experience, this 40 days, just like that went, just like 4 days or 1 week for us. So we were very regular. About myself, I'm in Florida, USA. I'm working as IT professional here. Um, so these 40 days we thoroughly enjoyed. My brother actually introduced me to this program. He's in Bangalore right now, so that's why we joined here. But it's a wonderful experience for us. So we wanted to register our feedback here. Um, I want to, I mean, 2 3 points I want to say. The benefits what we get. Um, my sleep get reduced right now. Okay, even I go bed at 11:30, 12 o'clock. I can wake up at 6 o'clock without any problem. So my sleep reduced without compromise any energy. Energy level is perfect. And food, right? Food I started take my food little bit reduced right now. So whatever I take before, it's completely reduced. Still, I'm feel very good energized. Third one, yeah, exam. During the course, during the time I do this 40-day program, I prepared for exam, and it's one of the toughest exam in the cloud. So I took it in the first start. I cleared it. Okay, it's a kind of a, I can focus on what is needed. I did it. Okay, those and all kind of some benefits. It's I'm very much thankful to the Buddha CEO and
The
Chandra sir.
speaker they get.
We'll be I'll be continue with the Buddha CEO at least throughout my life. That's what I think. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Can
Want
we
to
start
talk?
here?
Sir, actually, only one request for you. Maybe if you can offer any kids program, right? Any meditation for kids.
Can your son talk? Can your son talk? Is he going to share?
Yeah, you can say that. Yes, I can give it. Just say something.
Good morning. I attend here every day, and it's going well, actually.
What are you feeling with this meditation? How are you? How is it useful?
Great, really great.
How is it useful to you?
It's useful for clearing my mind and all, and sleep reducing.
Okay. What are the two takeaways for you? What did you learn? What did you like most about this?
Meditating actually.
Tell two things to us.
I listen to others, and yeah, that's it actually.
Actually, he listened to all. He listened to all the until end. He listened.
Yes. Yes. That's great. Thank you. What's your name? We didn't get your name.
My name is Vishnudev.
Vishnudev. Okay. Wonderful, Vishnudev. Welcome to this club of genius kids. Great. So we'll look to see you more and more in these programs, and then so we'll also take your messages next time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear friends. So let's take a message as we are here. So we will be going a little longer, right? So we'll take a message from Padma Shri Dr. Ramani sir, who is the founder, managing trustee for Shankarai Foundation. On this occasion of getting close to, we are closing this program the importance, the benefits, and then what the SAR's views on this. Ramani sir, thank you so much for joining
Pleasure.
and being part of it, being an encouragement, being a push, and in many, many ways supporting us as a mentor. Thank you, sir. Your message.
Dear Chandra and dear friends, nice to see that yet another session is getting completed successfully, so that we move on to the next one, having experienced this session. This time I couldn't spend more time as I would love to do it. I had some other commitment, but nevertheless, I've been coming now and then, participating in it. If all of you for a moment, you just think, what have we gained? We have been here for almost 39 days, and what have we gained? To put it simply, it has been a wonderful exercise as a group, as a satsang, like-minded group of people together. We have exercised it for the past 39 days. You will all agree with me that life is all about growth. Everything is growth about life. Growth, development, perfection, and evolution. So here is an exercise in evolution. Yes, all of us today, we are at a particular level. Tomorrow, it has to be a bit more. And that's what we are looking at, every one of us. Meditation has been or is an excellent tool. From time immemorial, it has come to this level. It has proved to be an excellent tool, a scientific tool, a time-tested tool. So this has been made so simple by Patriji, Brahmashi Patriji, and Chandra, and brought to all of us in a simple form. Takeaway form, take it. It's so simple. Try and do it every day, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and you will reap the benefits. And it's excellent, and that's what we have been. Our Vedic scriptures always talk about Aham Brahmasmi. There is a God in me. So that is something we try to realize, that every one of us are divine, infinitely divine, and there is a potential in us. And that spreads on to everybody and say, it is the Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. The world is one large family. Everyone is equally divine. We try to identify ourselves, the divinity in ourselves with everybody. Once Swami Chinmayananda beautifully explained this concept. He said the namaskar, what we normally use it in our culture from time immemorial, he said, when I just do this, one hand says it is the divinity in me, and this is the divinity in you. We join together and focus towards that infinite energy, what Chandra always talks about. So it is joining together towards an infinite energy. Yes, body, mind, soul, and spirit. This is what the different phases. We've been taught right from our childhood that a healthy mind and then a healthy body. That is what is required. Without that, there is no perfect growth for an individual. An individual should have a healthy mind and a healthy body. And meditation, the fundamental of meditation, as Chandra passionately says time and again, is first is vegetarianism. Our food habits. We need the sattvic food, sattvic habits, and that is the basis on which we build our future. So the body, and then things like yoga and exercise, all these things are focused towards a healthy body. We need to have a healthy body. Of course, healthy mind should come and complement. That's where the meditation, it brings in so much of focus in us, calmness. There is clarity. You will experience it. It might look as simple words now, but you will experience it. More clarity in your thought, in your decisions. And you'll always radiate positivity. Slowly, what happens is we are always positive. We don't always focus in the negative things. And there is a certain amount of positivity around us. People will start enjoying it. As Arvind was just mentioning today, this morning, it also makes us more caring and empathetic. Caring and empathetic. Now, this is for all age groups. Meditation is for all age groups. A youngster who is just opening up his future, the career for him, an adult family man who wants to further perfect his future, his own profession, his own workplace, and an elderly person who would like to share his vast experience to everybody. So meditation paves the way. It is a big facilitator. So what happens ultimately, my dear friends, it unleashes the infinite potential in us. We all have a potential. It is a divine potential. It unleashes the divine, infinite potential and the leadership qualities. A meditator will become a wonderful leader. A leader who will lead by example, who will build a team around him. So what happens? Individually, life becomes more comprehensive, more complete. The family life becomes more understanding. There is a lot of understanding between the people. Family life becomes an enjoyable one. The workplace, again, everyone in the workplace, we start identifying ourselves with everyone, build a team with a unanimity of purpose, and ultimately the society and the world will become a wonderful place to live. So this has got a snowballing effect. It starts with an individual. Meditation starts with an individual and keeps spreading a lot of ways. That's how so passionately it's being just spread around, because as DRK sir often says, the benefit and the bliss what we have experienced should be shared with as many people as possible. In Tamil it says, Yam petra inbam ivayagam peruga. So let the bliss what I have experienced, let me share with as many people as possible. That's what Chandra philosophy has been. Friends, I would like to, he always talks about gratitude. Gratitude is the essence of life. Being grateful to so many, there are so many people who have made what we are today, starting from nature, everything. We need to be grateful, and let us be grateful to both Sri Patriji and Chandra for what they have done to us. Enormous. It is, they have taken, Chandra has taken this as a yajna. He just, so what can we do? We practice meditation in the true spirit. Enjoy the bliss of meditation. Share the benefits of meditation with as many people so that many more people try and understand, and we are able to create a Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. I conclude with the words of Rabindranath Tagore, which will again tell us beautifully, few lines, to say how the benefits of meditation. What are the benefits of meditation? It is a prayer to the Lord Almighty. And it says, it makes us have the head is held high, where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, where the words come from the depth of truth, where the world is not broken down by narrow domestic walls. Into that heaven of freedom, let my country awake. Friends, you're all working towards a wonderful, as a satsang, a concept, building an individual, building a family, building a society, and the world around. God bless all of you. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Such a wonderful, powerful message. You laid out all the benefits of meditation, culminating with the two core messages of we are God and then we see the divine in everybody else. Thank you so much. Always you have been an inspiration for me, particularly for everybody that we are joining. We see lots of comments from people that whenever you speak, there's always something comes very beautiful. Thank you all. Thank you so much, sir. Dear friends, we do have Madhava Nambiyarji, who has been with Swami Rama for a long time, one of the greatest masters, spiritual masters India produced. So we'll take his message, concluding message. So we'll continue with some more experiences and then we'll take Sir's message. So stay on.
Hello, I am Vidya. I am from Bangalore. Can I talk in Kannada, sir?
Go ahead, madam.
ಹಲೋ, ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಇವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ.
Somebody can
Hello.
help. If someone can help put on the light so we can perhaps see. Go ahead, man. You have to close the curtain, I think it's behind, yeah. Close the curtain,
Okay.
not open it.
Okay.
Okay.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನನಗೆ 8 ಕಿಮೋಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು. ನಾನು ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಕೀಮೋ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು. ಹಾಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ November 5th ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ರೂಮಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರು, ನಮ್ಮ ವಾರ್ಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಡ, ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ನನ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ನೀವು ಇನ್ನು ಕಿಮೋ ಬೇಡ, ಇನ್ನ 2 ಕಿಮೋ ಬಾಕಿ ಇತ್ತು ನಂದು, 8 ಕಿಮೋಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 6th ಕಿಮೋ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ November 5th. ಇನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಿಮೋ ಬೇಡ, ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ನಾನು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಬಿಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿಕಮ್, ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನಾನು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನಾನು ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಇವಾಗ ಅದೇ ನಂದು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಟ್ವಿನ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ರೂಮ್ ಇತ್ತದು. ಅವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಳು ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಇದ್ಲು, ಅವಳಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದು ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 5 minutes ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸು ಅವಳಿಗೆ, 43 years, ನಾನು 66 years. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಖುಷಿಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಖುಷಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನಾನು, ನೀವು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
Thank you, Vidya madam. Excellent. Narendra sir, would you be able to quickly do a translation from Kannada to English?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, madam. That's great to have heard you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ.
Sure. I understand it. Yes, sir.
Vidya madam is saying that as per your direction of manifestation, because she is suffering from what you call cancer, and she had already 6 treatment, and the last 2 was to be done. So when she did the manifestation, she said that I should not have further medical treatment. And with that, after that, when she has gone for checking with the doctor, to her surprise, she could find that the doctor mentioned, because after that she came to the room, and then when the doctor came, he mentioned that you are completely cured and you don't need the chemo facility or that treatment for further. So she's felt that her major problem of cancer has been cured through this manifestation and through this meditation. And she has also, in her room, because it's a twin room, there was another patient who is also having cancer, and she is 43 years old. So she has told her that you should also do this meditation, and with that you will also get cured. And when you are getting cured, you will be very happy, and when you become happy, you will make your parents and your family happy. And she has also communicated to her doctor through the WhatsApp that and also informed him that you should propagate meditation and the manifestation and all that. And with that, the patient will be recovered, and there may not be need for further medical facilities. So she is grateful to Master Chandra, and whatever you have been telling her, and she has been having that experience, and she says that she will propagate to others also.
Thank you, sir. That's great, madam. There's nothing like it if meditation is giving relief for this cancer. And I know that doctor said now no chemo required. And then as we practice more, absolutely, I think there isn't anything that says that it's not possible to cure. And then there are people who are also cured completely. Thank you. We'll take, thank you, sir. Thank you, Narendra ji, for that excellent translation. We'll take a message from Indira Thawani ji, and then we'll listen into our guest message by Madhavan Nambia, sir. Yes, Indira ji.
Thank you so much, Chandra ji. Thank you, Karthikeyan ji, and thank you to all the masters present here. The first thing that I would like to mention is, getting re-energized with my purpose of life when I attended your corporate webinar on 14th of June. When I had attended that webinar, I was in a state of tremendous completion with my purpose. And that is something which I've been feeling since October last year. I've been on the spiritual path for many years. I've been working with the Oneness University as a senior volunteer, very deeply committed on the path of serving with people. And in October, I felt I was just done. There was so much of fulfillment, so much of peace. I didn't know what what was in store for me next. And I was volunteering with about 50, 60 monks there. And they just said, go with the flow. So I just stayed on. I had met Patriji in March last year. So he had asked me to share my spiritual experience because I had a very beautiful experience of Krishna consciousness when I heard his flute being played. In fact, the moment I met him, he was playing the flute just at that moment. So he said, wherever I'm going, you come and you share your spiritual experiences. But nothing happened after that. This was when he'd come to the city where I am, that's Ahmedabad. And but when I connected with you on 14th of June, I remembered that I was really seeking to know about quantum science. And it is something which was there in me, but I had forgotten about it. And it energized me when I attended your webinar, the way you had presented the whole thing in such a simplistic manner and yet so powerful. I remember logging in, I think at an early hour, maybe it started at 6 o'clock. I was already into my volunteering with the Oneness University. There was a program that I was managing, which was in the evening from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. In between the calls and everything, whatever I could attend of the webinar, I attended. I think after the program that I was taking care of got over at 8, I got back even for the remaining half an hour chunk. I felt so energized. The very next day, I started meditating with my group of clients because I'm a holistic therapist. I've been in this line for 25 years. So that's what I do professionally. So I already had a group of people ready. So I just started meditating with them, and my 40 days started immediately on 15th of June. I attended your 40-day session. This is the next 40-day session, and I did the 5 days manifestation as well. And I recently finished another 40 days with my people. So 2 of the 40 days that I've attended with you and 2 of the 40 days that I've attended with my people. So the scientific understanding of what I have been experiencing, all these states of bliss and silence and floating, that is something which I really wanted to know. Because to me, I would just slip into these states effortlessly. And that has been a benediction for me since 2007. I was just given it in one of the sessions, a 3-day session that I attended at the university. So, the energy that I felt getting back to my purpose with the university and spreading meditation, Anapanasati, is something beautiful. It's a different level of energy, which, as you can see, I started working immediately with people. And with me, it's become, meditation has become a play field of divine manifestation now. Because when you feel very complete within, you feel like experimenting. You feel like seeing, what more could happen? Where could this take me? So that is what I started doing. I don't see, too much of a wish list, but whatever is left, I feel good. I feel good with the trials and the experimentation. And secondly, a health miracle which I would like to share. So I started with you on 14th. By 2nd of September, I was meditating for about 6 hours. On 3rd of September morning, when I got up, every joint of my body was paining. I didn't know what had happened. And I discovered, and I never go to the doctor. I just prefer to heal myself, go the natural way. And after a couple of days, I discovered that I had chikungunya. without any kind of checking with any doctors, just symptomatic, which I had discussed with someone. But I said, no, let me just stick to the meditation. I'll continue. But there was a fear that had taken over that, is there some kind of deep cleansing happening? And I was like, how is it possible? After so much of processing, is it possible? But so the number of hours suddenly dropped from 6 to 1 hour. And I didn't have anybody to talk to because I was just doing it on my own. I had got connected, directly through maybe, some e-leaflet that I saw online. And coincidentally, I had actually been invited as a speaker by Dhiren and Pujaji here, who've initiated the PSSM movement in Gujarat. So they had called me for the digital launch of the Gujarat channel, and then I got connected with you. So that's the way it's happened. So 2 months, I was in acute pain. It just wasn't going. Finally, one day, I took a very solid intention that I will overcome this. And I decided that I would do a little bit of breath work because I am a breath work therapist. I used breath work, I used the meditation and a simple herbal a remedy. It was just, a kadha, what we call a kadha with a few herbs. That's all I did. And in 1 week, I was totally out of it. So that is something which I felt happened definitely because of the power of intention. This was the first time I had experienced the power of intention, the power of meditation, and working with breath. And yes, there are lots of benefits that I have received in these 40 days. I'm verbally able to appreciate people much more without any kind of chatter in my mind. That is something which is very evident. I'm able to connect with people more easily, maybe not making friends, but having a more friendly approach. Even with my clients, I see a lot of inclusion. The way I connect with them is very different. There's a lot of inclusivity. I feel I'm a better leader. I think I manage my groups much better than earlier. And although in your sessions, I have blanked out 90% of the time, it's been amazing whenever I've come out of it. And I've shared this earlier, beautiful experiences, deep gratitude, bliss, silence, lots of energy. I'm more mindful. I'm more aware of what's happening right through the day. And at some moments, even during the day, I have this floating experience. I'm sitting and I'm like, oops, just feel like a little above, the surface where I'm sitting. And I've had this another very interesting experience of connection with sound. My connection with sound somehow has sharpened, and I don't feel any filter. It's like a oneness with sound. It's beautiful. So when the mantras play, when I'm hearing music somewhere, even when somebody's talking, it's as though I'm very, very connected to it. So I've had this experience with light also in the past. Now, after the meditation, I'm having this experience with sound. It's beautiful to experience that. This has had a huge impact on my therapeutic work. I see a deeper understanding ever since, I've started listening to your talks. It's very beautiful. The scientific part of it is something which I was really thirsting for. So I feel a great completion there. And yes, there was one terminology that you had used on neurorigidity and neuroplasticity. I remember it had really hit me that day. I became very aware of the fact that, yes, I did have this neurorigidity and where I needed to work to actually, overcome it to become more open. And what I liked was at the end of each day when the sessions would get over, I would go correlate with the newsletters. So I loved that structuring. It would help me to just rework on myself at a deeper level. And you also spoke about resilience. So that was another thing which was really nice. I've been working on myself on that very consciously. I do notice that there is a change in the resilience capacity as well. Yes, and I've been practicing. Oh, it's just been happening naturally. I maintain about 21 hours of silence in a day, but ever since I've been meditating, I don't need to. I can talk whenever I want to, and the silence happens more easily. So that is something which is again very beautiful. Another shift, I've moved from becoming a vegetarian to a vegan. So this I did not do. It was a happening. I don't know. I'm so fond of cheese, but suddenly I just wouldn't have it because, I kept remembering whatever inputs I had about the tortures met on, the animals and what we are intaking. So I just moved away. It was just a happening. I just moved away from it. And especially, I remember hearing this one student who had practiced manifestation, and she got admission in a university in UK. She was part of one of your sessions, and she said that she stopped using silk. I remember that day that it really hit me that if these young students, if there can be so much of a transformation in them, it was just there in my mind. So there have been, a lot of impacts by whatever I've been hearing with all the masters here. Yes, a lot of learning from the kids. I love having the kids share their experiences because I connect to my inner child, which I love to nurture. And deep gratitude to Kartikeyanji because there's so much that I've learned from him. The way he appreciates people, encourages them. There's been a lot of learning from all the esteemed masters over here who are so well reputed and established in their field. It's been a huge learning. And if I could please mention something about the facilitators in the group. So I'm there in the Kailash group. Ravindraji, I just love his energy. Despite everything, he ensures to put in maximum energy in the WhatsApp group, which is fantastic. I love the video that was played about how Sheetal has used pyramids. That was really wonderful. So I have started using pyramids, and I used it on my laptop when the sound was not working, and it got back. The sound started working. I had to use it for about 2-3 days. And yes, that was really a miracle. It was beautiful. So yes, I remember Pradeep encouraging me to talk in one of the breakout sessions, and I'm usually very quiet. When I talk, I'll talk about the subject. So I like that. I like the fact that he brought me forward. And very nice conversation, long conversation with Sri Lakshmi ji at one point in time. That was beautiful. And the Louis Hay sessions by Shanti Priya. She's amazing. She's so full of energy. I really love attending her sessions as well. And Lawrence, yes, I loved connecting to the divine energy in her. So soft, so gentle, the way she conducts the whole meditation. So yes, and the music. Love the music in the session. So deep gratitude, Chandraji. I would like to remain connected and do the meditations no matter how much I spread this. I love to be here with the group, connect to the group, and enjoy the energy sharing. So loads of gratitude, loads of gratitude.
Wonderful, madam. That's so nice. So much clarities. You yourself have been doing such a beautiful work, and then being part of us, energizing the people, the group here. While of course we always take give and take. So glad that you're there. Really loved every bit of what you spoke. Every bit of it. What a perfect, impeccable speech. Thank you. It's really amazing to hear you and all the little thing to big thing that you're able to notice and observe and bring to the attention of in a way that all of us can understand. So thank
I
you.
wanted to do this. I wanted to express my gratitude, and I thought this was the best way in which I could do it. And thank you to Vaniji as well,
Thank you.
because you're a family and it's possible only when you're there together, happening together. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. She's been there in whatever I think she is rightly there, executes what she thinks. We are perhaps executing right in many ways. Yes. May I request uh, former Civil Aviation Secretary, Mr. Madhavan Nambia, and of course, Madhavan Nambia has a very illustrious career, now part of several boards as an board member, advisory member for several corporates, including Tata's. And most important, I love the fact that Sir has spent a lot of association with Swami Rama. So, sir, your message on meditation and everything we're doing.
Thank you, Chandra. It was a wonderful 40-day session. I also, like Ramani, could not attend regularly, but I used to come in very often. And I think, thank you. It was a lovely 40-day meditation session. Simple techniques, which you've explained so well. and with so much of dedication and mindfulness that all of us benefit greatly. You know, I learned meditation from Swami Rama from the 70s to 96 when he passed away. And it's essentially the same anapanasati. In fact, he had gone deep into Tibet, he had learned this, and then he told us how to go about it. And as I do your meditation, I find that there is so much of commonality. It's the same anapanasati, doing it with positivity, doing it with a lot of rigor. And I think Dr. Ramani has beautifully put it on what are the kind of meditations and what are the kind of benefits that you can get. Not only have you taught a very simple meditation, but you have given us so much of information, so much of knowledge, and so much of wisdom. The books that you have told us, for example, Himalayan Masters, one a book by Swami Rama, which is really a kind of a basic Bible for any meditator. You Are the Placebo, another very lovely book, Ikigai. I think doing the meditation, reading the books, pausing and reflecting is so important. And the most important thing that I want to mention, Chandra, is that in pandemic, so many people are so distressed. There is so much of thoughts coming into the mind about our health, about our finances. So sitting idly and just thinking of all this makes us sick. So I think one of the great things, Chandra, that you are doing is the connections. Because if we just sit at home and just keep on thinking about all this, we will fall ill. So this 1-2 hours gives that connectivity. And I think this is very important. Can we do this more? I see so many youngsters today, I interact with them, they are in great distress. There's nobody to communicate. So I'm very happy that you are also organizing something in schools, colleges, because I think that is very important, because slowly these last 3, 4, 5 months is bringing in a lot of depression in the minds of people, and that your technique is an antidote for that. And the kind of role models that you have, starting with Patriji, you, Karthikeyan sir, Ramani made such a lovely talk. I think all this will help people to motivate and say, hey, if these are the kind of people who are doing it and have improved the quality of their life, both mental and physical, why don't I do it? And there are so many examples of doctors who have come forward and said, I had diabetes, I've been cured. I think these kind of lessons are very, very important. And, and this whole aspects of being together in satsang. And I think that is essentially this whole business of shared learning, where we are able to share what we have read. Sometime when we have another session, I will talk about a book that Swami Rama wrote about 3 months before he passed away. It's a book, beautiful, small book called The Sacred Journey. In fact, he dictated it to one of his close associates just 3 months before he passed away. And she wrote it in longhand and finished it. And the day before he died, he called her and said, bring that book, Sacred Journey. I want you to read this chapter. And it's a very simple book on how you have to live life, preparing yourself for death. And this chapter, which I keep reading, is something very good. It was his last gift before he passed away. Like this, there are so many people that you have brought us together. And I think it's very important that not only do we share, now some of us who have done a lot of meditation are quite comfortable, but we must ensure that people who are less comfortable, how do we bring them into the fold? Some don't come regularly. So that comfort level, we have to try to bring it. And that best way are the role models that you have here. All the people, SVB, Karthikeyan sir, Ramani, they are the people who can bring the youngsters, saying that with this, look what I have done. I'm of course a very small fry. I have just not done that much, but I can tell you my 40 years of service, I had more than my share of stress. It was only meditation that was able to help me through tremendously difficult times. And that is why when I came back into your meditation, it was the same echo. And I must thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity of sharing. And I look forward to attending more sessions. And I think between one session and the other, if we could have some connection, it'll be good, because we don't want to have too much gap for people who are still just getting there. So I think a little bit of nudge here and there would always help. And so thank you. So many have spoken, so I don't want to speak more. And thank you, Chandra, and look forward to continuing my happy association with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful to connect in that, yes, during the transitioning, we all need to understand whatever we go with. Every day when we go into sleep, we are making a subconscious work. And then when we are transitioning, that message that Swami Rama that you said, the sacred journey, right? When we're transitioning, having that right thoughts, right things about, right understanding about even what the death is, I think is an amazing way to transition out. But must be, everyone must understand there is no fear of death. There's no death. There's no, then why even fear about it? Because that's the single thing that holds us completely back in life, completely back in life. And I can say that, I'm proudly say that, when I understood this somewhere in 2002, 3, 4, it took me a few years to sort of come over all of these things. And then that's when I started very, very courageously explored into anywhere, cemeteries or this place or that place, to talk about actively souls and life after death and this and that, no problem. So every knowledge is required, and then ultimately understanding this is required. And thank you for, yes, pandemic has been a great challenge for many people, including that fear of death. And I hope we all are benefiting. And it's our wish that we are connected together in a larger group, so that we exactly what you said. We people listen to people. People like to talk to people, and so we're doing this. And thank you, sir. And we hope to have you take this into these, this governmental and then corporate bodies that you're so closely associated, and then together we create a much larger impact as we go along into the 2021. We're most certainly making large plans. We have a whole bunch of beautiful, beautiful volunteers, and then who are willing to give it away. And so together, and then certainly that we're looking to reach out to as many people. We're talking few thousands, whereas the world has billions of people. So the gap is too much, right? And so many people are doing it. So Madhavan, sir, thank you for your support. So dear friends, just from a continuity perspective, so after 25th, from 26th to 31st, we have this Dhyana Mahachakra meditation that Patri is conducting every day for 2.5 to 3 hours. It's a great way to join that program, right? So from 26th to 31st, there is a program that goes on. And then first onwards, there'll be a meditation that will be conducted until the next session, which we are going to do it from January 18th. So there will be a meditation from first onwards. In fact, we're looking at doing a little longer, start the new year in a great way on January 1st with some meditation, and we'll make it everything in it. So we'll announce some of those plans tomorrow. So thank you so much for all your time. We'll take a little bit of break. Those of you who wanted to share, we are here, we're wanting to hear. It is not that how many people are listening right now, because it gets propagated in a beautiful way with this technology, so it gets recorded. So if you'd like to share, stay back and then continue to stay, and then we'll be there till at least 8:30. All right, so thank you all, and otherwise have a great day. We're going to do a lot more sharing tomorrow too, and our final day. And then those of you spilled over, we'll try to cover as much of it. Thank you all, and
Thank
have
you,
a great
Chandra.
day.
Thank
Two
you very
minutes,
much.
we're going to come back.
Thank you.
Thank you.